Welcome to Center of Light.
Go where no man has gone before.
Access granted.
We're going where no man, literally no man has gone before. And everyone has access. Welcome to Center of Light, my dear friends, my dear tribe. Zach LaDonna, hey LaDonna. Asa, Nori Love, Anna Yoga. All these people with these gorgeous names. LaDonna, I love that name. Judy Reed sends one world, one love, one community. I have a powerful idea I want to bring out tonight. Bring forth. Hang out with you, and what else we got to do? Sit at the house? So we're sitting at the house in our consciousness, our base. And I want to touch base with you about a few things. Some, I think, are pretty powerful ideas. Something happened to me last night after I got done with my presentation. I had a shift. And it brought me to an understanding that I want to share with you tonight. And my hope is that I can deliver it, which I think I can. It's not about the information. We all know the information. It's about what I want to say, share, express, opens up the something that, at least to I last night, possibly have been missing. It was just, oh my God, is that really what's happening? It just puts a new perspective on it to allow us another way of seeing it, which allows us another way of being with it so we can become liberated. Isn't that the whole goal of God and spirituality, religion in the first place? To become liberated. Center of Light keys, the gatekeepers. You're probably thinking, what is that? It's probably what you think, and then some. The gatekeepers. Mysticism, astrology, psychicism, they're all isms. It's not that difficult. It's not that difficult. So in this aha moment for me, I want to tell you the joke because I want you to laugh when you go aha yourself. Hello, Tamara. Hello, Frankie Holly. Let's see who's here. Kelly Curtis. Hi, Kelly. Let me look on YouTubies. Nobody's here yet, but you can bet they're going to show up in the backside. Frankie Holly's in the house. I love me some Frankie Holly. What a good boy. So tonight we're talking about Center of Light keys, the gatekeepers. Hello, Paul LeConte. I'm going to get this not out of the way because it does require attention. I found something, y'all. My research has led me to a place and I found something. What did I find? I found something that can, hello Joe, hello Sana, Adana, something that can get us all out of the nonsense. There's a lot going on in the world. What I'm going to share with you in this link coming up in the forum soon is a doctor by the name of Shiva. His name is Dr. Shiva. He has all the accolades any human being could ever hope to get in the medical industry, medical field, rather. It's not conspiracy theory. These are facts. And he lays them out very simply. But I want you to notice when I post this link, I don't want to do just yet, cliffhanger. Got to pay the bills. No, I'm teasing. He gets fired up. He's passionate. He's not just telling you a something. He's in it with his soul. And he's on fire. And he's calling out, I ain't here to judge, one man in particular that somehow has convinced, whatever. Like I said, I am no longer going to talk about coronavirus from the position of, oh my God, the Rona. I'm not doing that. That's unconsciousness. It causes trouble. And if I have to talk about it, I'm going to do it in a way that I feel that I'm carrying some sense of spiritual integrity as a teacher. but I do explore like everyone else. This guy seals the deal about what it is, why it's happening, and who's responsible. This is not conspiracy theory. It's fact. You can see it in the guy's eyes. He's a doctor, which gives him credibility. Just watch it. Promise me you watch it. And it doesn't mean he's absolutely right, but you will know there's enough bang in it to where it will grab your attention, to where you'll get some inkling and grasp. I think is a little more right than that, actually, than what you have known. Hello, D. Goodman, my brother Dwayne. Carl Lapereau. Dwayne and Carl in the same forum with me. Oh my God, the cray-cray is about to start. Hello, Dana. So I'm going to send this link. Promise me, if you got 40 minutes of your precious life to watch this YouTube video, go into it, just open. Just be willing to learn something. I'm not saying you're not willing to learn something anyway. I'm just saying, be willing to learn something. Don't prejudge it. It's not conspiracy theory. The guy's going to lay out documents, and it's not from a conspiracy theory standpoint. It's from him being pissed off about this. Watch the video. Somebody's starting to make some serious sense about the nonsense that we have created as a global community. Hurts, doesn't it? Salt always hurts inside of an open wound. And the truth is not a tincture, Band-Aid, nor salve. It's an eye-opener. Imagine when you pour that salt in that wound to clean it. It's an eye-opener. Aha, the joke is told. Ah, I get it. Center of light keys. There are gatekeepers. And for whatever reasons the word comes to mind is the four horsemen. Or horsemen, but under the guise of four horsemen. You can live by faith or by fear. Pick. You are on an infinite journey to absolutely nowhere. It may look like you have a future experience, but it's all a gradation of a present now moment. Immunity means inner strength. Well, it does, because I'm strong. My immune system is strong, so I am as upright, strong, upright. I'm right with that which is right and balanced. So I'm strong. Not because I'm strong in this regard, or because I can tell people off, I'm strong. That's not strength at all. So immunity truly means inner strength. Confidence, and I don't mean I got confidence in this thing. It means I am so confident that I walk like a peacock. You should strut your stuff. Always remember that. A friend of mine I met at a Mexican food taco truck. In fact, the very last person's hand I shook before we needed 6-foot perimeters. I met him at a taco truck. His name is Kwame D. Pacino, whatever. Beautiful young man. I saw on his Facebook wall today, he said, when you enter a crisis environment, you have to control your thoughts and words, because whatever you call or label a thing, that is what it is to you. Words are powerful. Humans are powerful, for we are created in God's image. We cannot control a crisis, but we can always control what we think about it and what we say about it. Someone sent me a message today and said they're trying to figure all this out. I love it. I love that people are adamant, passionate, and wanting to know a something beyond and more than a something, all the somethings they have ever known. I love it. And they said to me, I'm trying to figure this out. You can't. It's not meant for you to figure out. Do you think with 7.6 billion people on this planet, at least one person by now would have figured it out, and it would have grown like wildfire, and we would not be in this present situation? You can't figure it out. It's not a figuring out. It's a figuring in. Going back and doing the math here, figures, using figures here. It's not a figure out, it's a figure in. Don't try to understand the world of nonsense, because in doing so, it makes you immediately part of the nonsense, because you're trying to here's the nonsense and here's you. Oh, I'm interested in this game. So you go over here and you induce yourself into go, I'm going to try to figure this problem out. Why would anyone ever want to submerge themselves in a problem? Don't we all want to be a part of the solution? You don't figure something out. Let it be, let it be, let it be, oh, let it be. Just leave it alone. If you're interested in that, dive in that swimming pool. If you're not, just leave it alone. And I'm coming to learn this exponentially over the last few days, last week. As much as I love conspiracy theory, that's all changing for me. I still love it. It's like trying to get away from your favorite sitcom on TV that you've been binge watching. And you're going to wait so a few weeks go by so you can kind of have a few to watch in a row. But you're jonesing for that one weekly installment. Welcome to Center of Light Keys, the Gatekeepers. This came to me recently. I'm not one to delve. I'm not saying it's not real or anything. I just don't lean into the spirituality that revolves around different angelic or archangelic names. Recently, this came to me it said Mike Archangel. I said, how's your mama name? And I was told, remember that order is a great and divine thing, but understand, without the tiniest bit of chaos, order loses its purpose. What is being said here, Keith, is enjoy your life, let go and live it with style without guilt. What you are sometimes blind to is seeing that order more often than not lies in the freeness of things. Hello, Karen, Debbie, Deb, James. So tonight we're speaking of keys to the gatekeeper. Please let me in. Let me see your ID, boy. And he's on the fence. He's not sure what to do. He says, Dad. And Dad says, well, let him in. These are gatekeepers. What are these gatekeepers? This is the realization that hit me last night. I just got an aha. We're up against a gatekeeper. When I say up against, don't take that literal. It's not a bad affirmation. It's not trying to be spiritual, politically correct. Up against a gatekeeper. We're being, hello, Link. We're being stopped at the gate. Can I see your ID, please? Well, my cousin owns this place. Can I see your ID, please? So there's a gatekeeper, a bouncer, a door guy. The door guy, the gatekeeper. And that gatekeeper name happens to be Corona. Or the bar is called the Corona Tavern. And he's the door guy. Consider that this, in God's divine humor, can be a gatekeeper. In fact, it is a gatekeeper. How is that? Corona is not just a virus. It's an idea. It's an implant. It could be reality, so forth and so on. Corona is not just a virus. It is a gatekeeper that will not let anyone pass if they do not have immunity. Let's look at the word immunity. This is what came to me last night. I was like flabbergasted. The word, what immediately happened to me was immunity in the legal system. Legally, immunity law, gatekeeper. Immunity is an exemption granted by statute or government authorities from a legal duty, penalty, or prosecution, meaning there's a prosecutor. Public officials' protection from liability or decisions made in the course of their official duties. In other words, being absolved of your sins. That's crazy, isn't it? Immunity, in the sense of health, what does it mean to have full immunity? And that's what they call it in the legal system, to give someone full immunity. When the body is exposed to viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites through an infection or vaccine, the immune system creates antibodies and immune cells that inactivate or destroy the specific infectious organism. That's exactly what Dr. Bruce Lipton said. He said what a virus really is if you can imagine your body's a computer hardware and you are the software, and a virus is basically a flash drive, a stick, and it plugs into your computer and it begins to take over your PC. Throughout life, we gain specific immunity as we are exposed to new organisms. Welcome to Center of Light Keys, the Gatekeepers. Someone asked me, what can I do, Keith, to gain access through the gate and into the garden of the new world? I said this in a vessel the other night. Last night, in fact. Simply this. Absolutely nothing. Do absolutely nothing. Do more often, absolutely nothing. For you have nothing else to do right now, do you? Do this, just sit. When you realize the divine comedy is playing about you, sit, do nothing. This is what you do. Right now can be very dangerous time for thinking, causing unnecessary trouble. Stop waiting for something to go away. Stop waiting for something beautiful to happen. The greatest something is happening already, and it's called you. If you miss this key, your access through the garden gate will be denied. Hello, Joe. Hello, Caleb, Jack, Kelly. Let me say this again. This is what happened to me last night in a meditation. Open-eyed, walking around, just being in my energy, enjoying my room with incense and candles. Stop waiting for something to go away. Stop waiting for something beautiful to happen. The greatest something is happening right now, and it's called you. If you miss this key, gatekeepers, if you miss this key element, access through the garden gate will be denied. Link says his gatekeeper's name is Dartura. Debbie says my gatekeeper, his name is Abodo. If we miss what's happening, which is us, you will not have access to the garden. It's not about being favored, or someone has more grace because their cousin owns the bar, the Corona Tavern. No one gets access. The law is you have to be 21 years old to enter, period. I'm not going to jail. The bar's not going to jail. Your mom and dad, nobody's going to jail. You have to be 21 to enter. And the admission is immunity. It doesn't mean I need to go get shots. It doesn't mean that. It means inner strength, which makes you immune to anything that can bombard your system, be it on any level. I'm strong. I am centered. I am planted. I'm having some vitamin G, some vitamin God. I understand the ridiculousness out here. Stop waiting on something to go away. Stop waiting on something beautiful to happen. The greatest something is happening right now, and it's called you. If you miss this key, you cannot go up another level in the game. You're playing virtual reality of a video game. Is exactly what you're doing. And you only have 3 lives. We have infinite, but point. You only have so many lives, and you're trying to get it, and you're getting frustrated because you just can't get past this mark. These gatekeepers say the new world is of this said vibration, including 5G. Obviously, is it not? Is it not transpiring? So it's not that 5G doesn't have power. It's being erroneously used and fused, and it confuses people with the hype in the media and all the other nonsense that goes with it. So the point is, 5G included or excluded is not the point I'm making. The point I am making is the new world requires a passcode. And Corona is the gatekeeper that says if your vibration is weak, you just simply can't make it. And the proof is in the pudding. People have passed away. People pass away in car accidents. People are not of the future timeline ongoing vibration and this dimensional bandwidth as to why they check out. Check this out. This is what's happening. These are gatekeepers saying the new earth, at least on this plane that is exponentially opening up and crescendoing and increasing, they're just not congruent with the energy because this one's doing this and they're still doing this. Whatever, I can't do both of them at the same time, but you get it. So there's a cognitive dissonance that happens and 2 worlds divide. And until you understand this, you will not allow yourself into the garden. That's the first gatekeeper. Corona. What does Corona mean? I just bought 2 brand new candles, these little beautiful purple things. Purple, crown chakra, Corona. In Spanish, crown is Corona. Well, not in buying for that reason. I just thought it was a cute little serendipity. And they smell good too, y'all. Mm-hmm. So until we understand that Corona is not really per se a virus, it may take one form of Corona as a virus or this or that. It's not what Corona is. It's a period. There is a place in the universe called Corona, and I think we are in alignment with it. So why are all these alignments happening? Well, because it's already happened. 26,000 years ago, it's already happened. So it was the same cycle. In fact, 26,000 years ago, for us, it seems like that was 26,000 years ago, but it's not. Because we're still in this again. That 26,000 years ago is actually right now. It's the same place. We haven't gone anywhere. Only to the same spot to realize, oh my God, the window's open again. It's about us actually taking the initiative to jump into the opening. Hello, Carol. Robert here. Moving forward. I'm going to take a very small pause. I'm going to regroup, and then I'm going to get into some serious energy. Something I want to burn off. I want to burn this edgy, raunchy energy off. So I may get passionate. No, I will get passionate. It's not intended for you. It's intended for me to move. So what I invite is that you just kind of step aside and enjoy the show. What I'm saying is, as everyone knows that I'm passionate and sometimes I push very hard. Often I push hard on purpose because I love the person I'm working with or people I'm working with. But I also do that for me to find myself in such rigidity, if that could be a word. Push. It's not that it's rigid in the form of incohesive. It's just abrasive. And that's one of the qualities I actually enjoy about me. Because I get very, very sincere in my passion. And because as I use often, hello Ricky Vito, as I use often in my workshop presentations and my time with you, is the analogy that if someone wants to go swimming and they're scared to get into the river, and they keep telling me about it, eventually I'm going to grab you and throw you to the river. But I want to do this in a way that I'm going to just go blindly to my Facebook wall and just start scrolling. I'm just going to scroll without judgment. I'm not going to label people's names. Yanavarik. I'm not going to mention names. I just want to reveal. I know everyone's wall is different, which makes it relative. I get it. That being said, at least this stream is somewhat mainstream. I will scroll every so often and I will read you something truly. I will express, dear Lord, I'm going to reveal something to you. Hello, my sister Kathy. She just informed me a dear family friend passed away. So everyone, if you would, close your eyes. Close your eyes, open your heart. Send love and light to Trudy Juno and family. See it as done. Bless it. Thank you. Yeah, Kathy, I saw that. You just sent me that message. So I'm going to bring forth the disease. I'm going to show you the disease. Well, Keith, I'm going to show you the disease. At least absolutely 50% of the ongoing problem surrounding not only the Rona, that's just one aspect of the human dynamic problem. But since Rona happens to be so important to us right now, it is the best possible subject target. An example. Hello, Paulus. Arambulo Escuera. I hope I'm close. Paulus Emburio Escuera. I'm trying. I'm not trying to make fun, but I am trying to have a good time. So I want to show you something when I get back. I'm just going to scroll on my wall, and we're going to delve into truly 50% of what I call the virus. Center of light keys. There are gatekeepers. And then I'm going to reveal to you shortly the next gatekeeper that we're going to be up against. I had a realization last night, beyond words, beyond understanding. Because if what I understood before last night, I would have had it before last night. And I want to share this beautiful, delicious grace that fell upon me. Let the love of God fall upon you. It's always been that way. It's time to celebrate who you are. You are perfect in every way.
yourself, you'll celebrate. There's a time to love, and a time to trust, and a time to know you are loved. Time to know you are loved. So let the love of God for you, it's always been that way. It's time to celebrate what you are. It's time to celebrate who you are. It's time to celebrate that you are.
Кто ты?
He's got the idea. Do you think he can do what he did if he was not clear? Did you see his eyes change? I'm not saying that he did that at his will. He could. I think it's a trick. But it does not mean that people can't do that. There are people so illumined that that is just a simple act of will. Welcome to Center of Light. Tonight we're talking about keys. Center of Light keys. Having the key in your wallet, the ID, the identification that the door guy, the gatekeeper says, you have access.
Access granted.
And that gatekeeper that we're speaking about, the first one, to the bar, it's a bar, it's a tavern called Corona Tavern. And there's the door guy. And he's saying, you have to have immunity. And I don't mean just all the antibodies in your body running right. That is true. But it's talking about immunity. Because it requires you to be strong to enter to the next phase of the game. Because there's another gatekeeper. This is games that you're playing in levels. Cosmically, divinely. To show your, quote, worthiness of being in the actual game. And not just the pawn. You're a conscious person that moves the chess piece because you've won accolades at being a chess master. Being a master of any sort. So the first gatekeeper, this is what came to me last night, is called Rona. My Corona. Ooh, you gotta wash your hands. Wash your hands. When you gonna give me some? It's the first gatekeeper. obviously people have been passing away. Watch the link I posted earlier in the beginning of this video presentation. Watch it. Give yourself 40 minutes of grace to understand what all this is, why it is, from a human level, and the bad people, if you will, and why they're doing it, and what's the hope to gain. Dr. Shiva is phenomenal. You can see him getting fired up. He's in his passion. He's not just telling you something. So there's no agenda. He's an award-winning, accolade-achieving medical field human soul that cares. Listen. So I want to now, Vicky says, the first gatekeeper is Corona. I don't know if your screens are freezing up. It could be my connection tonight. You can always visit me on YouTube. Stay with me. Let me refresh my screen. Probably because I went out of, and you can hear my echo. Maybe not. All right, so moving forth. The first gatekeeper is Corona. I want to now show you my feed on Facebook. I hope I'm absolutely wrong in this moment, which is likely the universal sense of humor anyway. But I'm asking the universe, let me make this point for a teaching tool. Hello, Angie. I'm just going to go to my Facebook stream. Just go. And I want to show you something. I am on purpose going to bypass the positive stuff. So I'm looking. Then maybe right now the Facebook feed is truly in a space of, here we go. China had an accident that released coronavirus from a lab. You're an idiot. China purposefully ... You are a blithering idiot. Take it in. Just take it in. Wow, at least in this moment, things look good. But the post I just read, shared with you, is the dominating tone. Hello, Vicky. I acknowledge you and thank you for your message. I will. I promise. Kim Gary's in the house. Kim Delaney. Kim Delaney. So the dominating tone usually, at least not in this moment, on Facebook and social media is virus, 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 this, that. I understand people are concerned, as we should be. It's all misguided. It's not conspiracy theory. I'm not going there. I just want to share this beautiful thing with you. This is where I said before the break I was going to push. Keith is going to get a little raw. Step to the side. Watch me vent. I attempted to show the Facebook feed of erroneous thinking. It didn't happen. You get the point anyway, don't you? Here's where I push. When you or who ever do this uneducated, unwise, ignorant stuff because I'm a sheeple and that's what the masses do, and even when you share your humor with Corona, that's beautiful, provided you're not doing it because you're lost and unconscious. I'm doing it because people are celebrating their separation because they're finding themselves. That's always beautiful. That is not what I'm talking about. Those people, and in fact, if you want to get away from it, because as long as you are part of their feed, use that word literally. If you are part of these people's feed, you are being fed. Well, Keith, I don't believe it. scroll by it. You are being fed subconsciously even if your eye glances it. So what you do is you don't unfriend them because you are your friend. You don't ever want to lose them. You just unfollow them because you don't want to continue to follow the nonsense. This is one of the keys to the garden. You will not be granted immunity, the strength it takes to get to the next world. You will not. I'm sorry, I'm not trying to be right. I'm peaceful, and I'm imparting, sharing, beseeching of you to understand the new world is not out here. This is not going to change. What is going to change is your feeling base. And in the feeling base is the capacity to truly see something that has always been right under our very own nose. You will not see what other people see. Other people will not see what you see. See what I mean? Whenever you get into the hype, you do not realize what you're doing and will never enter into the kingdom that vibrates much higher than staying in a reality of the world that is already dead. How can one truly live in a dead world? How can one truly live in a dead world? If you are addicted to virus hype, you have already become viral. Virus. You're being infected by it and taking it in as a reality. What I am offering to you, that was my rant. I just wanted to say that and shove it right into you because I love you. When we buy into the hype, it's already become viral. Well, I'm doing it because I'm bored. You are unconsciously making it viral. You're infecting yourself by choice or unconscious choice. So what you do is you unfollow those people. Just simply unfollow. Remove yourself from the mainstream media. Remove yourself from the world that is already dead. And some people are going down, literally down, in mire and in a self-induced hell, kicking and screaming. And when all they have to do is let go. It's like hanging onto an anchor in the ocean. When you let go of the anchor, you rise to the surface. You don't have to do anything. You just don't have to do anything. That's the point. There is no doing in this time. Brother Jack Alexander says, interesting point. Let's keep moving forth. On the positive side, negative, positive, you're not that. You're that which is in the middle, that these two things just become a delicious sandwich that we all like to eat. You are the person eating the sandwich. So, as your spiritual manna, eat this. So, what does this new world look like? Good question. Phenomenal question. So, what does this new world look like? It's not going to appear out here. It will appear as feeling in deep encrypted feeling. And in the deep encrypted feeling is the vision. Suddenly, through the silence of all of it, my beliefs, right, wrong, in, out, up, down, suddenly through the silence, the new world simply appears. That's the new world. No one can show you how to do it. They can kind of get you on the course, a few nudges like I do here and there, but you can't do it. They can't do it for you. And in this encrypted deep level of feeling is sight, true sight. You will gain sight of the new world. Feeling. That is the boat that will take you to the peaceful shore. Let me acknowledge the people in the room. Hello, Mike Blanchard. Kim Gary in the house. Joe says, put on arm floaties and ascend. I love it. That's fantastic. There are your life preserver. Robert says, how can I synchronize YouTube with your Facebook feed? I will answer that soon, my friend. Thank you for that. That's really kind of you. How can I synchronize YouTube with my Facebook feed? I don't know if it's possible, but I need to find out how you're exactly meaning that. So, Peter Coyle, my beautiful bro, good morning to you, my friend, from Ireland. So, continuing with tonight's presentation, I want to share with you now what I think the second gatekeeper is going to be. The first gatekeeper is Corona. We are going to have to know how, learn how, be how, the vibration of that which allows us to pass. Many people have already passed. Have they not? We're still here. So what do we do to ensure that we get allowed in through the gate closer to the garden? We have to find the one who's going to pardon us and absolve us of our sins. And guess who that is? It's you. You pardon yourself from your own sins, and you do that by being of service. Right now is the key, gatekeepers, the key to elevating your frequency that will allow you in to the next level of this virtual game you call your life. Each wave is going to get stronger. If you, whoever survives this first gatekeeper, it's like Bruce Lee's movie, Game of Death. Life, game of death, game of life, game of death. Each wave of these gatekeepers is going to be tougher to pass through. It's like another horseman, one of the four horsemen, or one of the ponies of the four horsemen is going to show up and bring whoever is in vibrational alignment to the next level, and so on it will go. If you are fortunate, watch that video link I sent earlier with Dr. Shiva. He's going to get you out of being imprisoned and allow you better into the next level. It's early in this feed. Just go to the beginning. You'll see a link to YouTube. It says Dr. Shiva, my research with Dr. Shiva kind of thing. Watch it. Give yourself 40 minutes. He's not trying to say something. He's passionate. He becomes on fire. Just watch it. The next gatekeeper. I am predicting this. I'm not predicting it. I understand energy. I know how it moves. Some people know dance very well. Say they likely know as they go through deduction in their being when they're watching a performance or a routine. They go, they're probably going to do a this or that or this or that. And so forth. That happens because not only they're intuitive what they have learned and integrated. So they predict it. So my point is, the next gatekeeper, hello Leslie, the next gatekeeper is going to be prosperity consciousness or poverty consciousness, depending on how you tilt or want to see it. It doesn't mean that if you think one or the other that you're less in. No, it's just two ways of describing the same thing. The next gatekeeper is going to be prosperity consciousness. It doesn't mean you have a lot of money in the bank, because your money's about to turn to shit anyway. It can help us for a while. That in and of itself may work on this plane, but it does not apply to the new world. It does not apply to the new earth. It does not apply to the vibration that is our infinite vacation that without hesitation we can truly move into. It's going to become, the next gatekeeper is prosperity consciousness. Watch and see. Watch with the intent of looking, and simply you will see So I'm giving you a heads up. Your next, quote, obstacle, and it's not to hurt you. Nothing is to hurt you. Corona, 5G, none of that is to hurt you. God is omnipresent. So if God is omnipresent, it does not exempt Corona, 5G, nor chemtrails. Does it now? You can't escape from that. We can be mad all we want. I've been mad a long time. I'm tired of being mad. So, God is omnipresent. Nothing is trying to harm me. We are harming ourselves. And the next gatekeeper is prosperity consciousness. And he says, I'm sorry. First, I need to see your ID. I don't care if your cousin owns the Corona Tavern. I can go to jail. That's not going to happen. I need to see your ID. And your vibration has to be identical, ID, to that of prosperity consciousness. Or you cannot enter the kingdom. How can a kingdom that is abundance and prosperity personified and manifested for the meek and the children of the light be in a impoverished state of consciousness? It can't be. It will not be ever. So the next gatekeeper I see coming is prosperity, abundant consciousness. You have to have it. Well, I don't have any money. That has nothing to do with abundance as much as coronavirus has to do with this experience we're having. It's all part of the same ridiculous, knuckle-headed nonsense pie that everyone is eating on. When we buy, I'm not saying go out and start licking shopping carts and start licking railings. That's not what I'm asking you to do. What I'm saying is we're in an experience, so what do? We stop buying into the hype, understand the power it has, but you have the magic. That's the whole point of everything, you being stuck in your house, is so you can wield your magic to find some sort and level of bliss within yourself that feels magical. What else do you have to do? God bless Corona. Sounds strange, doesn't it? What we thought is normal has never worked. It brought us to this position in the first place. I understand it. And so to go beyond understanding is to use it in life, which makes you wise. Knowledge is information. Wisdom is doing it. So when we do what we know, we grow. As above, so below, on forever it will go. My brother Robert says, Eddie Childs, I am mad and I know. Are you mad too? Bro, your caps are on. I love Robert. He is such a generous man to me. My brother Joe says, people must learn to delete or other people's shadows from the self. Totally. Leslie says, good evening. So tonight we are speaking about the keys, center of light keys, the gatekeepers. There are gatekeepers. Hello, David Raper. When we see what is happening potentially as gatekeepers, you will go, well, Keith, this sounds very far-fetched. No, it's not. In fact, you know it's exactly what it is. It's literal and it's factual. These are gatekeepers. Corona, the financial fall, this, that. They're all gatekeepers that says, you have not done what is required of you to surpass this block, so something is blocking you. It is a gatekeeper that's saying, you shall not pass. And of course we don't. The one thing that's keep us from ever passing is believing that the voice of you shall not pass has any more precedence, protocol, and or power over us to where we don't simply allow ourselves through the gate and simply be free as God's children. That's it. Right? Strange analogy, but it works. It's powerful. Corona is not a virus. Corona is not confined to a virus. Corona is your life right now. It is your experience right now. Corona, I don't mean the illness. I mean the experience, which is a blessing. Because in every curse, there's a blessing. The rose has the thorn. Every peanut butter jar has a diamond. This, that, and the other. The lotus flower rises through the murky water. The phoenix rises through the ashes. The Christ is reborn through the human experience. Don't kid yourself. Don't get caught in the hype. The greater virus is the one that many people have gone viral with, which is constantly living addicted into the hype of a virus. That has caused more infliction and infection to the entire human dynamic than the 3% of 7.6 billion people to have died to date has ever done. Watch the video link I sent you earlier. It will change your perspective, not because I'm trying to convince you or influence you. I'm asking you to open your mind, go in it full with your heart, and see something from someone who has so much passion as a very well medaled, accoladed doctor, if you will. And he calls it all out, lays it all out in such a beautiful way. It will give you solace. It will give you peace, at least for the moment. But the next overlord, the next gatekeeper, will be coming. We may have I'm intuiting, for whatever that's worth, a 6-month window once all this cray-cray stops to collect a breath. God understands, I just kicked you in your balls. Now that you've collected yourself, here comes blow number 2. All for our greater good. And my suspicion, intuition, you have to begin to develop your prosperity muscles. I don't mean money. That will work for a while, and that's cool. Prosperity muscles does include that. But you have to understand, God clothes the birds, and are you not greater than they? We have to understand that we are abundance. You are abundance personified. But no one can convince us of that. We need that very confidence that I spoken about earlier. Keith Anthony Blanchard, Yenava. I'm going to take a short pause. Let me see what I'm going to play. Did you guys enjoy that video? The guy with the crystal balls? Boy, does he have grace. Really cool. I don't know what this is. I'm going to click it.
Welcome to the Center of Light with spiritual teacher, intuitive, musician, composer, and best-selling author of The Divine Principle, Anchoring Heaven on Earth, your host, Keith Anthony Blanchard.
That was so not what I wanted to play. I was going to play the song See the Light. That was an old radio advert. I was actually using a little boy's room. You know what? I want to play this song. Someone asked me to play it recently by Lavender Soul called Just to Know Thee There. It's filled with empty space. It creates that empty space so we can make sense. If you truly fall into the energy of this song, it will paint the idea of the time we're living in and what is required of all of us to simply present the key at the door guy, and he says, you can go in. We've got another level to contend with. There's going to be level. It's going to come in levels. So maybe it might be easier to digest if we see it as this happening in levels as a computer game, because it's similarly, it's what we're doing. Enjoy the song. I'll see you shortly.
a time when you walk by, I see you in my life for all time. I've touched your face 1,000 lifetimes. I know the way you talk in rhymes. The breath you take is part of mine. As you float before my eyes, you touch my hand, it makes me cry. Just to know you're there, just to know you're there. So here we go again, like the sun's with a friend, another chance to let love in. And in another life, our eyes will meet one more time. I see you in my life for all time.
Welcome back to Center of Light. Tonight we're speaking about Center of Light keys, the gatekeepers. Is it possible? I'm telling you, it's not only possible, it's a fact. The first gatekeeper, at least for where we are in 2020, December 31st, 2019, I said, tomorrow when you wake up, your life is going to change. And here we are. The first of the gatekeepers from this landmark in time. Time, which is not existent. Time is always landmarks. Yesterday, tomorrow. Did you see what happened 10 minutes ago? And so we make all these marks in time. In this mark, in what we call time, we're in an experience called corona. Corona is not just a virus. Corona is an experience. It is a happening. I often say, well, so corona is a gatekeeper. You have to have immunity, legal immunity, basically. You have to be granted entry to the next level. Obviously, there's a next level. We just had a new year, and everybody's being bogged down in mire. So, in order to graduate and to be a part of whatever's coming next, we have to follow a certain protocol. You can't escape that. That's fact, that's truth, that's law. It's how it works. So that's a gatekeeper. And it's conscious, believe it or not. It is a living, sentient being. And it doesn't look like a virus only. It looks like an experience for the entire human race. In fact, it looks like an experience for the entire galactic family and the entire cosmic family, entire divine family. Because we're all part of a divine experiment. And everything that is happening in the universe, believe it or not, is hyperfixed and hyperfocused right here and right now. Because this is the show. The grand stage of Earth. All the world's a stage. And we're here. And everyone from afar and near are watching. You are a fortunate one. I often talk about the language of the divine. God. Light. Sound. That which is all around and will forever abound. Hopefully we choose to resound. If you want to, if this is new for you, or even common for you, can I share with you what divine language looks like? If you're interested in that, send me the actual word, yes, with an exclamation point. Do exactly what I'm asking. Not because I want you to follow me because I'm your dictator. It's because it shows that you're following that very protocol. Yes. Exclamation, yes, exclamation point. And I'm going to wait. And I want to exemplify the divine language. Hello, Pinsy. Robert says the whole world's watching. Robert says yes. Danielle Peter Coyle. Is anyone experiencing freezing? Let me know. So if you want to experience, Peter says yes. Hello, Pinsy. Pinsy, I just posed to the audience, the tribe, that if you want anyone out there wants to understand the divine language of light, everyone say yes. Everyone says yes. So here's the divine language of light. Corona is not a virus. It may have taken the form of what they call a virus, but that's not what it is. It's a global human lesson. It's a global human experience. So there are gatekeepers. And the first gatekeeper, since we changed into the new world 2020, is titled Corona. So see it as a very wise teacher. The language of light and sound. The door guy at the tavern or the bar, the nightclub called the Corona Tavern says, I need to see your ID, your vibrational identification before I can let you in. When we see it from this perspective, that being the first gatekeeper, Corona, and what I predict is going to be the next one, or at least the idea of it, is prosperity consciousness. And the next one, what I got when I went to the bathroom, is truly letting go. The next gatekeeper is falling, letting go, accept. No, excuse me, letting go. It's letting go. Though I see it as 4, and the final gatekeeper in this analogy, as this lesson I'm imparting, is going to be acceptance. Complete, unifying acceptance of what you think you are worth, in turn collectively, and in turn solarly, and in turn galactically. And the universe expands in a great divine conflagration, not of destruction, but of construction. So here is what is required of all of us to ensure entry into every level of the virtual reality game that we know as our life. It sounds something like this. Close your eyes, my dear friends, my tribe. Close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Just close your eyes. Take a beautiful breath like you want something greater than you've always known. And you stay there. And you should stay there because it's joyful. It's silent. It's quiet. Suddenly through the silence, the new world appears. And in that magical place, you recognize all the noise that surrounds you. And out of nowhere, simply you hear, stay with it. Let it do its thing on you. No matter, open your eyes, no matter your level of quandary, that is the master key to the gatekeeper, no matter on what level. That I'm solid. I understand the noise, and because I'm not interested in it, I would never venture out there. Hence, you don't go outside right now. There's a lot of noise happening outside. So you don't go out there. You don't piss off the bouncer, the door guy, because he's just going to throw you further back the line. In fact, he's going to call security. Can you get me out? The next thing you know, you go off in handcuffs. Literally. You leave it alone. It's not what you're interested in. So you just go to another place to dwell. And then we find ourselves up against the next gatekeeper, which is going to be prosperity consciousness. The whole system is going, it's collapsing. It's already collapsed. We just have to go through the motions of the collapse. And the next gatekeeper, to my understanding, as far as a spiritual teacher and intuitive, as well as someone who has what I would pat myself on the back, that I could see. I understand how to build a house because I'm a carpenter. Or I understand how to play guitar because I'm a musician. Or I understand how to cook a meal because I'm a sous chef. And what I see is the next one's going to be, after finances, abundant consciousness is going to be letting go. Even those of us, all of us, that have some understanding of, I understand the world is illusory. Now that the game is getting graduated into a greater divine spin, our own sense of consciousness, smarts, intelligence, illusion versus reality is going to be called into question. There is no question about that. At some point in this journey, this is going to present itself. Are you willing to die to live? Will become the question. Without question. Are you willing to die to live? That is inevitable. Period. Exclamation point. It's inevitable. Are you willing to die to live? Yes, I mean physically. Because when you die mentally, emotionally, and willing to die spiritually, what you know as your physical, corporeal self will die. And I don't mean that you, oh my God, Keith, you're trying to say I'm going to die and leave my children. That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm saying you will be reborn anew Period. Therefore, the old you has to die. Therefore, December 31st, 2019, the world died. If you're holding on to the noise and the nonsense, your life will become very tough. Gruff, no matter how buff you think you are and how strong you think you are, nature and the universe will humble you and put you to your knees in a very beautiful posture. But it doesn't require that level or lesson of humility. Just get there now. One more short song break. I'm going to come right back. I may be going to Vessel. My name is Keith Anthony Blanchard. Tonight we've been speaking about Center of Light keys. Having the keys. Bang the keys to the gatekeeper that says, let me see your ID. You can enter. Corona is one of those gatekeepers. If you don't have immunity legally, and prosecutors, you can't get in. There's no freedom. You're done. You're done. Medically, health-wise, you don't have immunity, you're done. So people die all the time. And this is not to trivialize this situation for those who love their beautiful family. Even your friends are your family. People die all the time. It just seems so there's such a hyperfix and hyperfocus. For whatever reasons, the point is, if you lean into the nonsense of that which is taking you further into it, how can we ever make sense by being submersed in nonsense? So what we have to do is somehow find our way in a space of consciousness that we have some sort of buoyancy, some sort of poignant. See? Going to be right back. Center of Light tonight. Center of Light keys, the gatekeepers. Corona means crown. Root, crown chakra. Gatekeepers. Next one is going to be prosperity consciousness, gatekeeper, or poverty consciousness, gatekeeper, depending on how you see it. And then what I see coming is let go. And the final one, at least as far as I can see, is absolute acceptance. Ab-soul, your abdomen, your abs. That's the power center, your abs, your ab. Soul, your ya. Loot. I salute. Center of Light, we've been speaking about the keys to the gatekeepers. Enjoy this. Let's see what I have on the list. Time for a change. Change is happening. You have no choice in the matter. Enjoy it. Be sadder or gladder. It's up to you. Happy quarantine.
as I contemplate a billion stars, leaving my hands to fate. That's all I've got, all I've got. In the summertime, I won't have no water. Oh, wait, it's a little bit harder to
I want to acknowledge my dear brother from Ireland, Mr. Peter Coyle. He said something very beautiful, and it resounded with me. And I want to say, first of all, yes, Rena and Debbie on YouTube, thank you. I love the fact that you made the shift. Peter Coyle recently said that coronavirus and 5G is a figment of the human imagination. Take that in. I know it hurts, doesn't it? It's salt in your wound. Let me say that again, because I love you. Snowflake. Coronavirus, I'm not saying it's not real, to whatever degree, or 5G to whatever degree. Coronavirus, the hype and the addiction, literally chosen word, it's an addiction that you have let go on viral. The coronavirus and 5G is a figment of a human. Hang on, I gotta change it.
We're talking about.
It's an addiction of the human experience. It's a figment of our imagination. Can we not imagine better than that? We've been speaking about the gatekeepers tonight. Gatekeepers. Obviously, we have to have access to move to another level. You don't have to like what I'm telling you, no matter what denomination, creed, code, or sect you come from. That is a fact, because you're stuck in your house. And you can't paint yourself out that corner. In fact, the corner is your house. You're in the corner of your house saying, oh my God, is vacation now come to going to the dining room from the kitchen into the bedroom? Is that how you're compartmentalizing your life now? My vacation is just to simply go to another room. Point and meant. It's a condition. It's a sickness. We're moving into not only that health is priority. Now it's getting cray-cray in the monkey, and the monkey loves that banana, and he just wants to keep saying, can I massage your back for some more banana? We go, oh, that's the spot right there. And the monkey keeps promising us a back rub, and we get the back rub, and he gets what he wants. Shh. It's detrimental. It takes us to the island of terror versus the island of forever. The treasure is in me, and I'm going to do it again. Check it out. The key to ascend and to pass through the next gate is simply this. Did you listen, or did you listen? That is the huge, absolute, unequivocal difference between being allowed into the club, Corona Tavern, and play with the big boys and big girls, or not. Let's try it again. Follow the current. You will know when you're in the current by simply choosing to follow the current. So your entry into any level of this game we call life, and the objective is not to win. That's goal oriented. You don't want to win the game of life. You can't win the game of life. You can only enjoy playing, even when someone else wins. You go, oh my God, you did such a wonderful job. This is the entry, regardless. This is the language of light. It's consistent. It's congruent. It's forever. It doesn't change. It's a resounding yes. And everyone is allowed. Listen to it. No matter who you are, when I strike the tines metaphorical of your soul, you cannot deny it. The bell has been rung. Class has started. This, my friends, is the nature of the universe. It's the very nature of God. That when something has been struck, that it will last forever. Though that sound is, quote, dissipating to your level of awareness, it doesn't end. It's created a new thing by sparking regeneration in everything else that partook of this experience. You are loved beyond measure.